With so many negatives, how can we focus on the positive? Well, Eric Rittmeyer is a mental toughness expert, and he is joining us to discuss how to strengthen your emotional health during the COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thanks for having me, Nicole. It's great to be here.
All right, Eric, let's talk about where do we start with this, because there's so much anxiety and so much fear when it comes to coronavirus.
There is, and I think a big part of this, Mike, is what we're asking people to do is to really suppress one of our profoundly human and evolutionarily hardwired needs to connect. And this is an issue. And when you tell people we have to isolate, that's a problem. But I think it's also important to realize that while we can remain physically disconnected, we can also remain socially connected at the same time. So just because we have to physically be apart doesn't mean we have to be apart emotionally.
Yeah, and thankfully, technology is allowing us to do that as well. Now, of course, our kids, they're affected by this as well. So how do we talk with them about the emotions that were related to COVID-19?
That's a really big part of this, Nicole, and it's really what I'm most fearful of, to be honest with you, because I feel like they're kind of getting shuffled to the back here. We do have to be very aware of our children because they're going through a really difficult time right now. I mean, think about it. We all kind of have these events that have happened to us. For our generation, it was 9/11, I believe. These are scary times for kids, so we have to really pay very close attention to them. We have to talk to them. We have to be honest with them, but we also have to break it down to their level based on their age, because there's certain levels of comprehension based on if you're 3 or if you're 15. We just have to stay in touch with their emotions.
Yeah, that's a great point, because there is a different message depending on the teenagers or the younger kids.
Absolutely.
What is your thoughts on some positives maybe that folks can take away from this?
Yeah, I have a couple hypotheses here, Mike, and I think the issue is, on one hand, I'm concerned that the people who are already kind of, in this isolation issue and having problems with loneliness, this could possibly exacerbate that and make it worse. While the ones who are kind of teetering on the edge and just kind of, they're okay, but they're just on the borderline of becoming socially secluded, this could push them over the edge. That's my first hypothesis and my first concern. My second is that this could possibly, and I'm hoping, will make everybody realize, kind of heighten our level of awareness to say, okay, this is what's important. Our connections are important. Our families are important. Let's remain connected with those we love, and let's make this a positive.
Absolutely. We have to, focus on that. And finally, today, what has history really taught us about the importance of relying on these relationships, especially in a time of crisis?
Yeah, catastrophic events, we've dealt with them, and since our country's inception, we've dealt with them. It's coming together. It's the connections we have that get us through, and it's our family, it's our friends, it's reinforcing them. We can rely on each other, and especially those that really need us right now, the elderly, the people who are already suffering from this type of seclusion. They might also be dealing with chronic health issues. This can really push them over the edge. So it is an opportunity for us to go back to our roots, to start playing board games again, to start loving each other again. So I think at the end of the day, I'm hoping it is a positive for all of us to realize it's okay to love each other.